My name is Destiny, and I'm going to be explaining to you why I feel as if the death penalty should be taken away. So, I'm going to start out by using a little first psychology, starting out by just asking, how would you feel if a loved one of yours committed an act of violence and they were given the death penalty? It's several questions that I would ask myself personally to validate the death penalty consequence, being that I feel like that is the easy way out and no real justice is served. So I also feel like taking away someone else's life, even though this may be the case, it's not right. We are not given the right to take away life, only to birth it. So I would say, making my point clear, no one, including citizens, victims, the government, should be able to take away someone else's life, even if even if the punishment fits the crime. If you think about the issue, taking a person's life is going to give them the easy way out. Everyone should just be able to serve their consequence for their crime. There are other options that we have besides death. The punishments could be worse than the death penalty. So, starting out, we could use corporal punishment, life, which is an active consequence, hard labor. So, I would say if someone commits an act of violence, you should treat the punishment you shouldn't treat it with more violence. That's contradiction. In a world of so much crime and violence, we can put on our thinking caps and influence a change of way of thinking. Moving on, someone acts in a violent way or commits a violent crime doesn't mean that their life is not valuable. They can work till they die, paying off the crime that will forever be indebted. I'm not saying that a life for a life, but I'm saying is that they can work or have a purpose, be put to work, or do something else besides just throwing another life away. It shouldn't be an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth. And taking their life away is not really serving their justice. They could take their own life away. So, lastly, spending the rest of the perpetrator's life in jail will most likely be the best alternative. This is so because they could never hurt anyone else, and they would have an eternity of reflecting on their life and decisions that they made that ultimately ended them in the position that they are in, which would be life in jail. Reflection is always the best punishment. So now that I've got all my points, I feel like now you understand why the death penalty by far is the worst punishment that they could give. I feel like reflecting and thinking about mistakes and decisions that we made would be ultimately the best way. Can a person change their mind or way of thinking if they're dead? Is the victim really getting their justice? All in all, I feel like the government should stop promoting what we are fighting against. I also feel like we should be given the justice that we deserve. Leaving out, I would just say don't be a walking contradiction. I would also say just watch what you promote and just put yourself in someone else's shoes and think about all of the consequences, good or bad, about your choices before you make a final decision. Okay, thank you for watching my video.